Sports Podcast, episode number 193. Nick Quaglia, Al Nahigian. This week we got no Jared, that moron. He's not on the show this week. We all get hit with snow. Jared's got to do some shoveling. He lives in New Hampshire. So as he likes to talk about constantly, he lives in New Hampshire, live free or die. We get it. He texts me every week about gambling, how they can gamble in New Hampshire, how we can't gamble here in Massachusetts. It's fine. He's got a lot of snow to shovel. I get it. We mostly got slush here. I don't know about you guys. Did you guys get a lot of snow?
Decent amount. A lot of rain, honestly. And
yeah, we got like mostly slush. It snowed for a good chunk.
Snow day, baby.
See, I didn't. I worked from home today because we had a lot of snow to do, but I didn't really get a snow day today. But yeah. So instead, no Jared this week. We got our guy Diego on the show this week. Diego, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Thank you so much for having me, Al. Dude, you need a haircut badly. I love you. Nick, it's always a pleasure seeing you, man. It's always a pleasure.
Just unnecessary.
No. This is no. If you come into a Twitch stream with Diego on it when he's commenting or he's actually like streaming, he has the most unnecessary comments that you'll ever hear in your life. And by the way, that's a free shout out. Go check out the Twitch channel, Couch Guy Sports. Subscribe to that bad boy.
Go check out the Twitch channel. Check out everything. Me and Diego both have our Couch Guy Sports stuff on right now. Couch Guy sweatshirt, Couch Guy hat. If you go to couchguysports.com, store tab is right there. Go do some shopping. It's sick stuff. So anyway, let's get into the weekly dump. It's a very tiny weekly dump this week. Just two things in news that I really wanted to bring up. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to add a third one at the end. So number one, hilarious story this week. Jose Canseco is boxing Barstools Billy Football this Friday night. And listen, Jose Canseco, this dude, he just wants to fist fight everybody.
I know. And I think I know where you're going next, but continue.
He just wants to fist fight everybody. I don't get it. And like including, so I know a lot of people still hate Logan Paul. The guy that I got into his podcast during the middle of quarantine, and his podcast is actually pretty good. And Logan Paul was dating Jose Canseco's daughter, Josie, for a while. And they broke up. And now Jose Canseco just wants to fight him, just wants to box him. And the thing is, and I know everybody gives the Paul brothers shit, maybe more so Jake than Logan right now, but the Paul brothers are actually like pretty decent boxers. And that's more so, again, leaning towards Jake, because Jake is actually, I know he beat Nate Robinson, which isn't really a massive accomplishment in the boxing world. I want to see him actually fight a real boxer. But Jake Paul actually can somewhat fight. Admittedly, he would beat the piss out of me.
And did you see the newest one of who he wants to fight now? Who Canseco wants to fight now besides Billy Football and Big Cat and everybody else?
I mean, he's called out everybody.
Alex Rodriguez.
Oh, he hates A-Rod.
He wants to fight A-Rod. I think I saw it on Twitter the other day.
He's hated A-Rod for years.
I
don't get that one either. I don't know if A-Rod slighted him, but
it's Jose Canseco. He's a moron. We know this, Nicholas. We know this.
That is the one fight I would pay whatever's left in my retirement fund to just watch A-Rod. Just watch A-Rod. Not A-Rod. A-Rod. Just deliver a massive knockout punch and just say swear to him in Spanish. It would just be the funniest thing I've ever seen
in that fight. I might take A-Rod.
Yeah,
I would definitely take A-Rod.
Because I don't know. Every time Jose Canseco posts a picture, and listen, I'm not going to sit here and say Jose Canseco could whoop my ass. Okay, I understand that fully. But every time he posts a picture online, about during this whole training thing, he looks gassed. The guy looks like he just fought a war. Just did some cardio.
And he expects to keep up with a 24, 25-year-old kid that played college football and is in actually really good shape.
I know. I'm super interested to see who's going to win this fight.
Billy Football by round 2. You heard it here first.
I'm leaning Billy Football, but, dude, it's with these amateur boxing things, you just never know.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, he's going to just dance around the ring and get Canseco tired, so that way he can just literally push him with 2 fingers, and then it'll be just a knockout in the second round.
Pull a Mayweather?
Literally. Yeah. Pull a Mayweather. Literally.
Speaking of Mayweather, a lot of videos coming out this week with Conor McGregor. I guess we're just getting off topic here in the weekly dump, but this is fine. Conor McGregor, I need McGregor versus Poirier, round 3. I need that this year.
Yep.
That fight, that second fight, and I'm pissed I didn't bet on it. Me and my buddy were talking about dropping big money on Dustin Poirier. I'm a big Conor McGregor guy. I like his whiskey. I like the whole thing. I like the show he puts on. He's great. But the disrespect Dustin Poirier was getting leading into that fight was insane. Poirier is a good fighter. A very good fighter, especially by what we saw against Conor. And Conor was like a minus 350 favorite. I don't know why anybody thought that this was just going to be a cakewalk for Conor McGregor. It made no sense.
Because of the name, because it's Conor McGregor. Everyone
Right.
thinks he's going to come in and just win and then take his money and go home. But that's not going to happen.
Well, you're also coming off of a Jake Paul fight against Nate Robinson. So everybody's kind of leaning onto that background of a joke of a fight, then thinking, okay, Conor McGregor is going to come in here and just whoop this Poirier's ass. Not remembering that they've already had a past fight, and that, again, to your point, Poirier can really fight.
Yeah, and Conor in that first fight was 2014. It was a while ago.
Yeah.
Conor clipped him in the back of the head and knocked him out that way. It wasn't a lucky, I don't want to call it a lucky punch, but it was a fortunate hit and a fortunate knockdown there. Conor was winning that fight, but in Conor's defense, he was winning round 1. He won round 1. I thought very handedly. Some people have it closer. I thought Conor won that round 1 very handedly. But at that point, too, it looked like Conor was going to win in round 1. It really did. But then round 2, Poirier came out firing. And people do not take the. Now we're getting to a UFC podcast here.
Hey, we already have one of those. Relax.
Push it. Promo.
F&E podcast. Tom Facette. Evan, I don't know your last name, but sorry about it. Actually, not that sorry. UFC, Pro Sports. Check it out. New podcast, but they're doing big things. So there's your shout out.
And actually, you know what? Second thing in the weekly dump, Mickey Callaway. Scumbag.
Oh, God.
Dirtbag.
The Mets are just going to have to fire everybody at this point, aren't they?
Well, so he's with the Angels now.
Well, not anymore.
Well, no, he's actually, they didn't even fire him yet. They suspended him. But you got to fire him.
And that's why the Angels are irrelevant, because they don't make the right decisions. I mean, look at what the Mets did with Jared Porter.
Right.
I don't want to say exact same situation. Like, I think Porter's were a little bit worse. Granted, I didn't see all of Callaway's text, but the Mets did the right thing. Got rid of him the next morning.
Both giant slime balls.
Yes.
And the thing is, so Callaway's headline here, this is from The Athletic, and The Athletic's the one to leak the story or push the story. 5 women accused Mickey Callaway of lewd behavior. He was completely unrelenting. So he was aggressive in his pursuit towards 5 different women that have spoken about it. At this, like with coming off of what just happened with Porter, you just got to pull the trigger quick. You just got to make the right move.
Clean house, just to get rid of all the bad influences. Say, see you later.
You have to do it. And last, speaking of the Mets, what happened last week with GameStop? I don't know about you guys, but I am very heavily invested in this bullshit going on in the stock market right now. I'm heavily invested in GameStop. I'm heavily invested in AMC, in Naked. We had this. And these dirtbags on Wall Street, they screwed us. They screwed us. I'm losing money out of my ass.
Gee.
Oh, my God.
My Roth IRA is taking an ass beating from this whole thing. This is legitimately hurting the stock market.
Hey, listen, you've had a rough week or two, pal. We see it in your face. We've heard it in your voice. Instead of talking about something that's just going to make you miserable and probably cry at 8 o'clock, why don't we talk about something a little more happy and something that's enjoyable to all of us, Boston sports fans?
Let me tell you. Let me tell you.
All right, tell me.
I'm enjoying this GameStop thing. I'm enjoying the hell out of it. Am I losing money? Yeah, I'm losing money.
That's not enjoyable. What's wrong with you?
But it's wild. Oh, and by the way, from a little while ago, way before this stuff all started happening, big Dogecoin investor. you better believe we're going to the moon.
Dude, the thing with GameStop, it's literally like if you are in a small like suburban school where there's just that one hot girl in town that everybody pursues, and then all of a sudden she becomes taken by the guy next town, and everybody's like, well, what the fuck? We didn't see that one happening. That is exactly what happened with GameStop and Wall Street. That is exactly it.
It's crazy. It is insane because I don't know if you guys were like keeping an eye on it. Obviously I was because I invested into it. But like we were shooting this thing to the moon. I woke up on Thursday. I think it was Thursday morning. I woke up on Thursday morning. Everybody just doubled. We all doubled our money, more than doubled our money. Next thing you know, everything just shits the bed. I'm still holding. I am not selling. I will make that stance known. I'm not selling. I'm standing with the crew. We're holding. We're taking this thing to the moon. We're not letting go yet.
Oh my god.
I'm still holding stocks for all of them.
Good luck with that.
I'm not buying silver though. Silver's the new thing right now. I'm not buying any silver.
There you go. You're learning.
I'm sticking with Doge, GameStop, AMC, and Naked Brand.
Baby steps. Baby steps. Good.
Yeah, well, the baby steps are going in the wrong direction right now.
Yeah, but you're going to still do it anyway, so I got to encourage you somehow.
Oh, still do it. No, listen, if I sold right now, I'm losing money. So at this point, it just doesn't even matter. I'm just going to hold until I hold. It doesn't even matter at this point.
Yeah.
Guys, it's Super Bowl week, which, by the way, I'll tell you in a bit. One of the topics I told you we were going to talk about tonight. Totally forgot the Super Bowl was happening this weekend, so we're going to switch out one of the topics for the Super Bowl. But, guys, are you ready for some football?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
In a way, yeah.
Yeah? Super Bowl week.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest game of the year is upon us on February 7th in Tampa Bay, and it's time to get your balls feeling super. Our partners at Manscaped are here to tell you to join the already 2 million men who trust Manscaped products for their below-the-waist grooming needs. Take Gronk's advice and shave your super balls. Talked about the story a million times. When I was younger, thought you had to use some scissors to take care of that area down there. I snipped something you don't want to snip. You do not want that to happen in getting these Manscaped tools. They will help you make sure that doesn't happen. Use the best tools to reduce nicks and cuts before the best game and choose the Manscaped Perfect Package 3.0. Included is the Lawnmower 3.0, which is simply the best hygiene tool for the modern man. Because of their ceramic blade and skin-safe technology, your snags will be reduced. Don't settle for unnecessary roughness below the waist. It's also waterproof technology and has a 90-minute battery. That means you can stand in the shower for 90 minutes if you have to and take care of everything. Believe me when I tell you, this is the Super Bowl champion of ball trimmers. The Perfect Package 3.0 also comes with the Crop Preserver and Crop Reviver. The Crop Preserver is anti-chafing ball deodorant, perfect for the golf course as we get closer to the spring, to keep your nuts in the game all 4 quarters. The Crop Reviver is a spray-on toner for your balls. It's made with soothing aloe and witch hazel extract that will give your balls a boost in clutch time. Manscaped even threw in their shed travel bag to keep all your goodies stored comfortably. Speaking of comfort, the Manscaped anti-chafing boxer briefs are also included and will bring your boxer game to the next level. Complete your top-to-bottom grooming game with the new redefined Cologne Signature Scent by Manscaped, with the same signature scent that is in all Manscaped formulas, which smells delicious. This cologne is a perfect complement to the entire collection. Guys, it's a whole new balls game this Super Bowl. Get 20% off with free shipping with the code CouchGuy20 at manscaped.com. Your Super Balls, they're going to thank you. Again, this is when you listen. 20% off with free shipping with the code CouchGuy20 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com using promo code CouchGuy20. Tackle your pubes and win the Super Bowl in your pants with Manscaped.
2 things. 1, that cologne really works. I have some of it. It is great. Go get it. It works. 2nd, Diego, you look like you're about to fall asleep. Wake up.
I'm fine, man. It's actually just bad lighting.
No. You were literally sitting back. You were just like.
Listen, hey, we're back here, okay?
Number 1, you are very lucky I didn't just burst out laughing.
This is true. Immature. Okay.
And number 2, it's Nick Quaglia. When he's talking, you pay attention. That's what I was doing.
I don't pay attention. I don't pay
I
attention
appreciate the
75% of the time to what he says. I don't care what he says.
Al, don't take this wrong, but I wouldn't pay attention to you either. I mean, that cafeteria lady kind of body you got going on, man. Come on.
Don't start with the videos. You have so much time at work to kill. It's ridiculous. You barely take time to make those videos and be like, whose face should I put in? Oh, Quags would be a good one here. Oh, Matt Burnett's a good one here.
Wild video.
Yeah.
Wild video.
No. Videos. You haven't seen all of them.
Yeah, it's videos. Listen, I'm just giving you guys ideas for content coming up for Couch Guys Sports. That's all. You know.
I will say the one with you and the Britney Spears song was pretty good. But anyways,
that one was hilarious. But anyways, off topic.
We're getting way off topic.
Dustin Pedroia retired.
Unbelievable. Just
First
unbelievable.
Of all, shout out to Dustin Pedroia. Manny Machado, you bastard. You ended this guy's career essentially by spiking him in the knee. I don't want to hear any crap that he didn't mean to spike him in the knee. His foot, nobody's foot just kicks up like that and right in the back of the knee.
Spikes were up. Spikes were up. He was going for him.
Spikes were up. So with the Dustin Pedroia retirement, you want to talk about how great of a career that he had, because he did. Dustin Pedroia is a legend here in Boston. Question number 1. Should they retire number 15?
Is that even – why did you even just ask that? Yes, of course they should retire 15. He's a Red Sox legend. He's a 3-time World Series champion, 2008 MVP, 2007 AL Rookie of the Year. Do I need to go on? The numbers back itself up. He was a legend in Boston. Everybody loved him in Boston. He should have his number retired in Fenway Park amongst the other great numbers that are retired there. Not even a question.
Yes, I agree.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm a little upset that you even had to ask that.
Well, no, that wasn't the real question, I assume. Unless, Diego, do you think they should retire it?
I mean, I agree with a lot of what Al said.
Are you a baseball guy?
I am.
He does.
Just very quietly under the rug kind of baseball guy.
He's been on Into the Triangle. He knows his baseball.
Yeah, I would.
I don't doubt that. I just didn't know.
The only thing that I would say differently about Pedroia, though, is it's if he doesn't get his jersey retired, maybe kind of rename a part of the Fenway Park, like a section of Fenway Park after him, just given his legacy within Boston. Great guy, truly embraced the city of Boston and the organization. And honestly, for a guy his size to do what he did during his playtime, I mean, that's just unreal.
Insane.
Absolutely unreal.
Insane. So, I remember when he came up. So it was 2007 rookie year. There was a night, I forget who they were playing. Oh, I forget who they were playing. But I remember he came up and he went 5 for 5. And I don't know why that is so ingrained in my memory, but I was like, holy shit, this guy is good. Who is this guy? And I'm like probably 13, 12, 11 years old, whatever I am. I'm like, what the fuck? This kid is nasty. And he just the thing about Dustin Pedroia was he put everything out there every single play. He's one of the few guys you can always say never took a play off. If he hit a ground ball, he was sprinting to first base. If there was a ground ball to his left or right at second, you better believe he was going to lay out, even if he knew he wasn't going to come close to getting it. One of the best plays I have ever seen, you know what I'm talking about,
I do.
The missed throw to first base.
Against the Rangers. Yep.
Against the Rangers. And he grabbed that ball. I don't even know how he threw it. It made no sense. I wish I could put it up here right now, but MLB would probably copyright strike us in the middle of the YouTube video.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
He put it all out there on every single play. And that is why I get so annoyed when people have a bad thing to say about him. Because so here's the thing about Boston, right? We all talk about this all the time. Oh, we love this. We love it when guys speak their mind until they speak their mind. And then all of a sudden, this guy is annoying, arrogant, pain in the ass. So there are people out there who didn't like Dustin Pedroia, which is fine. But I hate that I hate the way that it goes two ways there. Everybody wants a guy, you want this guy to speak their mind, but then when he does, you're like, okay, dude, shut up. This guy was a dirt dog. He was gritty. He would grind it out every single play. And that's the reason why. I mean, we expected this. This is how we anticipated his career ending, I'm assuming. Being hurt. Because he beat the piss out of his body.
Especially that knee, because he tried to get knee replacement surgery in December, like of 2020, to try to get back. And then after that, that was his breaking point. He was like, I just can't do this anymore. It's amazing to me because if that Machado slide doesn't happen, how does 2018 get affected? Granted, 2018, the Red Sox were a wagon that year. They could not. That team couldn't lose.
For him to be part of that team.
I know. That team couldn't lose. And then you don't have to bring in Ian Kinsler, who blows Game 4. Thanks a lot, Ian Kinsler, for not giving us.
That's true. Yeah, you don't have to bring in Ian Kinsler.
Yeah, exactly, because you brought him in at the deadline that year. So if Pedroia was a part of that as a player and not just as like a, quote-unquote bench coach, that would have added to his legacy even more. Now, the question that I would have for you two really quickly is this. We know he's going to be probably in the Red Sox Hall of Fame. That's pretty much a done deal, right? I mean, we can agree on that. Does he have a shot at the MLB Hall of Fame?
Unfortunately, I think outside of Boston, I think he's revered here because we saw him play every single day. But the Hall of Fame in the end is a numbers game, right?
Yeah, he
doesn't have the numbers.
I agree with that. No, I agree 1,000%. I'm with you there. Diego, what do you think?
I mean, I agree with what Nick just said, but there could also be the luck aspect of things, where he could literally be in a ballot where it's just a bunch
in a shitty class.
Yeah, in a weak class.
Yeah, in a shitty class where he just like his performance haven't been a phenomenal shortstopper as well at times. That might actually push him along to then being inducted. That's the only way I can see that happening. But besides that, I agree with what Nick just said.
So, along with people who beat the piss out of their bodies, Matt Stafford. Transitioning here.
What a transition.
Talk about a fucking segue.
Woo! There you go.
Stafford.
I would think you were a DJ. You got better transitions than I do.
Matty Stafford. This guy, again, somebody who just lays it all out there. He told the Detroit Lions, you can trade me anywhere other than New England. Why? Diego, I don't know if you know this, but Al, you know this. He was my number one other than Deshaun Watson, which is a pipe dream. But realistic, Matty Stafford was the guy that I wanted here next season.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew
wildly underrated quarterback by some.
Yep.
He's a very talented quarterback.
And there's more than one reason why he's not here, but we'll get into that.
Right. So, let's go through this one quick because I want to get to the Super Bowl. But the two reasons I think that he is not here, Matt Patricia.
Yep.
And he's 32 years old. He's been with an ass bag organization for a long time now. They just don't win. They don't win anything. They're a loser franchise. That's just what they are. Megatron should have got out before he retired. He should have. But Matty Stafford wants to win. And let's face it, what's he going to do? Take a trade here and look around at this wasteland of weapons that he has? No.
It's pretty bad.
He's not going to do that.
Pretty bad.
He's going to look at the Rams and be like, wow, this team is solid. I could do something here.
And
he can do something with the Rams.
And the thing is, too, like you just said, the Patriots are in a horrible position right now.
Terrible.
They have no wide receivers. They have no good tight ends. They don't have a quarterback right now. Still. Now, I know we're talking about the quarterback position, but right now, I hate to say this, and Quags, I think you can agree with this, and Diego, I'm sure you will too.
Don't say it.
Yeah, it's Jimmy G or bust. It's Jimmy Garoppolo, or it's going to be another crappy season.
I thought you were going to say something else.
What did you think I was going to say?
Cam.
I don't want him. Yeah, I know.
I personally take him over Jimmy G. That's just me.
No.
I wouldn't.
No.
Personally, that's just me.
Cam can't throw the football, man. He can't.
He has no touch. That's the whole thing. Even with weapons, he doesn't have good touch. The only touch he had that I remember was the Texans game when he hit Tamir Bird on that 50-yard touchdown pass.
And the Seahawks game.
And I agree with that.
Seahawks, I agree with.
I completely agree with the fact that he can't throw and his accuracy needs work. But again, you're talking about a team that doesn't have weapons that you can throw to. So therefore, then your running game is the only option you have.
But that was the thing. It didn't even feel like Cam could run last season.
Well, I mean, you had Damian Harris, who was going off. You had Sony Michel, who was doing good things. You had
Jimmy can hand the ball to him.
Yeah, you had White, who could run
I
the
can
ball
hand the
as
ball
well.
to him.
That's debatable. Easy there, pal.
So
I
again,
got tiny hands.
So again, you kind of just needed an extra option for your running game. In the case that Harris or Sony Michel were getting shut down, then you have an option out of nowhere that surprises the defense of the opposite game, of the opposite team, to then have to counterattack against a Cam Newton that can actually run the ball.
Well, here's the thing. I think that we saw this season that Josh McDaniels is a one-dimensional offensive coordinator, and he needs a pocket passer.
Yep.
Right.
Cam's not a pocket passer. I think, and let's not forget too, there's a smear campaign lately for the past couple weeks against Jimmy. I know he's not great, but I think he's better than Jared Goff for one. By the way,
yes,
but
I can get along with that take.
But let's not forget, Jimmy went to the Super Bowl last season.
Yeah,
last year.
I know.
And I know his defense was really good, his running game was really good, but Jimmy had a chance to win that football game. There was one deep ball that he missed near the end that would have won the 49ers that football game.
Coffees so Jimmy for closers. Coffees for closers.
Right. But he's also up against Patty Mahomes. And you know what? Boom. Transition that. Patty Mahomes, Super Bowl. This weekend, Tom Brady and the Bucks. Tom Brady's already crushed Patrick Mahomes' Super Bowl dreams once in the AFC Championship game 2 years ago.
That was D Ford that crushed Mahomes' dreams.
That was D Ford, which I totally agree with you there. I totally agree. That mistake is not spoken about enough when talking about that Super Bowl.
Just real quick, that mistake could potentially have been the difference between the Chiefs three-peating.
Yeah.
Potentially three-peating.
Yep.
Because they would have beaten the absolute stuffing out of the Rams. There you go.
Especially with the way the Rams offense was playing that night.
Yeah, the Chiefs would have put up at least 27, easy. They obviously beat the 49ers last year, and they have a realistic I don't want to say realistic shot, but I think they might beat the Bucks. So I mean,
well, they should be the favorite. I haven't even looked at the odds yet, but they should be the favorite.
They're probably a 3.5 point favorite, be my guess.
I'll take a look right now, but if you guys are going to pick a winner, who are you taking?
Heart says Bucks. Mind says, and actually intellect says Chiefs. I mean, the Chiefs just have too explosive of an offense. They are the type of offense that can turn it on in literally the snap of a finger or the blink of an eye. They can be down 17-0, and they can smirk and laugh and be like, we have the best offense in this league. We can go right down the field and score, get a quick stop, score again, and we can put up like 28-35 unanswered and win this game convincingly. That's how scary this offense is right now. Now, in a couple of years, when they have to pay Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce and all these other guys, good luck trying to do that, especially when you gave Mahomes the contract you gave him. But for this Super Bowl game, good luck to the Bucs defense trying to figure out a way to neutralize them at best.
So the Chiefs are 3-point favorites right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Money line minus 170.
Okay.
Oh, let's get some props. Oh, this is my favorite game to gamble on every year. Oh, I love the most exhilarating moments of my life are the national anthem prop bets on the time. I'm 2 for the past 2. Electric. I got to say, who's singing the national anthem this year?
I'm not sure. I'd have to look that up.
Because last year was Demi Lovato, and I did my research.
I know the halftime show. The Weeknd's doing the halftime show. I know that.
Right, and there's a ton of things, but that's the shitty thing about gambling legally, Jared. When you got things like DraftKings in New Hampshire, they don't give you these fun prop bets. They don't give you these insane prop bets. When you go on things like, I don't know, betonline.ag or Bovada, they give you these wild prop bets. I love it. It's so much fun.
Isn't it Eric Church who's singing the national?
Oh, he's my favorite. He's my favorite singer.
Yeah, it is.
Fun
You're
fact
right.
about me.
Right, Diego. Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Springsteen. Yeah.
Ooh,
there you go.
that's my favorite song of all time.
Yeah, it's Eric Church and Jasmine Sullivan.
Oh man.
Oh.
Ooh. I should have known that. Hey, bad Eric Church fan.
Right,
bad Eric Church fan. He's my favorite singer. Oh man. I'm gonna have to do some research. I don't think I've thinking back. I think I've seen him sing one national anthem, and I don't remember how, like, if he dragged it out. Like Demi Lovato, she's got a big, powerful voice. That's why I was like, I think she went over last year, and I think that's what I bet. No. I picked under because it was her first time back in the public eye since her medical incident,
Mhm.
and I thought she was going to be a little nervous, so I thought she was going to rush it, and she cranked through that thing, right through it, under, boom, hit the under. It was beautiful. My favorite bet of the year, and I'm so excited for it. But I can't. I don't know if I can lose much more money after what happened with the stocks last week.
I'd
And
say
I'm
he
on-
hits it on time. I'd say he hits it on time because being a lot less of an audience that he has to focus around and
Oh, that's true.
still being a top performer and actually being able to carry out a single tone of voice throughout a whole entire song like he currently does and when he performs, I think he hits it on time, to be quite honest with you.
Well, I'm gonna have to figure this out. What's the Bovada line time? Anyway, let's get back to the Super Bowl real quick. An interesting topic here. Obviously, like we're Patriots fans and we want to talk about New England for the most part. But with the Super Bowl, it's an interesting topic to think like, okay, who has more to lose? Tom Brady if he loses the Super Bowl, or Bill Belichick if Tom wins the Super Bowl?
I think it's Belichick. You have to think, because if Brady wins the Super Bowl, you're going to hear the aggravated, just egotistical Boston sports fans that are going to be like, see, the proof is in the pudding. Tom Brady went to Tampa, one of the worst franchises in pro sports history, and won a Super Bowl in his first year there. And it's like, the short term, yes, you can say that Belichick is the loser in this case. But wait until Brady's gone. Wait until another year or two. See if the Patriots make any steps to becoming a contender again. But yeah, for the short term, you can say that Belichick would be the bigger loser if Brady won the Super Bowl. Sure.
I would almost dare to say otherwise. I think Belichick, number one, he has nothing to lose here. He didn't lose anything to begin with. He knew this was going to be a crappy season. He knew that even if he still had Brady with this crappy receiving corps, he wasn't going to do anything better than maybe 8-8 at best. But while you're Tom Brady and you put so much of an investment of making a season in which you could be the shining star of the NFL, go to a complete different franchise who has invested a lot in you and has given you all the tools that you have asked for, and then when you are at that main stage and you just collapse and don't deliver, you got a lot to lose if you are Tom Brady and you're the Tom Brady brand.
But the thing is, Diego, the only thing I would say to that is
Breaking news: Chris Archer heading back to the Rays. Interesting.
Nobody cares. Tom Brady, or let me say this. Bill Belichick has this offseason, right, to prove that he has money now. There's no excuse. The quarterback was not good last year. Thanks for 2020, Cam Newton. You had some great highlights, but, it's probably better that you move on. Belichick needs to have the type of offseason where he's like, wow, okay, the Patriots are going to be back. Oh, and by the way, the Bucs weren't even favored to win their own division. Like, they were expected to make the playoffs as a wild card, which is what they did. But I don't think a lot of people had them necessarily in the Super Bowl. It was possible, but I don't think a lot of people
after the way
had them
Tom
as
looked
favorites.
last year, it would make sense to not have him in the Super Bowl.
Correct. And especially when you have teams like the Seahawks and the Saints and the Packers, who were all, playing well. I thought the Packers were going to take care of business against the Bucs with the way they were playing, but
I would almost disagree with that take, though, because I think as soon as the Bucs started signing people like Gronk, they went and invested deeper into Mike Evans. They got Chris Godwin, and then they started developing that offensive core. Everybody was like, "Oh, all right, Tom Brady into the Super Bowl." Then, of course, the season went on. They got demolished by the Saints, I think, twice during the season.
But how quickly could it mesh together? That's what people would say.
Right. So, I don't know. Personally, if I'm Tom Brady and I had all this being invested in me and being an asset of me, and when I'm finally there at the final destination and choke, man, that's a lot to lose. That's a devastating loss if you're Tom Brady.
I think it's Bill, because, and Al basically said the same thing. I think it's Bill because if Tom wins the Super Bowl, despite what anybody says, and here's the thing, in 20 years, nobody's going to look at who was on the roster. Nobody. It's going to be, okay, Tom left, Bill stayed. Year one with Tom with a new team. Doesn't matter that he has two of the best receivers in the NFL, Rob Gronkowski. Braid, which nobody talks about, Braid has been very good over this playoff run.
Yes.
Two solid running backs with Rojo and Leonard Fournette. I think Rojo's better than people give him credit for. And Antonio Brown added into the mix there, and Scotty Miller.
Oh,
Nobody's going to look at that.
Stud.
Nobody's going to look at that. It's going to say, okay, Tom won a Super Bowl the year after. Bill didn't make the postseason.
Patriots went 7-9 and had their first under 500 season since 2000.
Right.
Yep.
And with that, Couch Guys Sports Podcast, episode number 193. Real quick, Al, who wins the Super Bowl?
Chiefs.
Diego.
Chiefs.
I'm going Bucks. Let's go.
Of course you are.
Couch Guys Sports Podcast, episode number 193 in the books. Nick Quaglia, Al Nahigian, and Diego. Guys, we're going to be back next week. Check out the Couch Guys Sports merch store. Sweatshirt here. Hat on Diego's head. CouchGuysSports.com. Click on the store tab. Go do some shopping right then in there. And then check us out on everything at Couch Guys Sports on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and the Couch Guys Sports Podcast on Twitter at Couch Guy Podcast. Diego, plug your podcast.
Yellow Card Podcast at Podcast Card on Twitter.
Yellow Card Podcast is bumping. So if you guys like soccer, go check it out. They're killing it. Again,
Yes,
Nick Quaglia, Al Nahigian, Diego, almost said Jared Skelly. And Diego, guys, we're going to be back next week with a full crew, most likely. I'm assuming. We'll see how it goes. We will talk to you then. Thank you for watching, and thank you for listening.
See you guys.